E te ti, e te tā, e te rau I, e te rau a. Nau mai ki tēnei pāpā o tanga o te ata hihiko. Kei te kōrero mātou ki tētehi wā I ne rongo nui rawa putanoa I te ao. E hoa mā, we are welcoming to today's show to Theia. E hoa mā. Now, there's been a hot show that's just landed in Ngā Motu. It's coming here on Friday, the 6th of October. You need to keep it locked to the end of this interview to find out how you and one other special person can win a double pass to the show, e hoa mā. So we're welcoming Princess Theia to the studio this morning. Ata wari e te tuahine. He uri tēnei no Waikato Tainui. Mōrena, ata mari e. He uri tēnei no Waikato Tainui, Ngāti Tipa, champion and advocate for the revitalization of our reo. And when she's not making music, she teaches basic Māori to other musicians, businesses, record executives in Aotearoa and abroad. She is an award-winning artist, e hoa mā, known for her bold art pop waiata, which has seen her amass fans all over the globe. Now, on today's breakfast show, we are talking about a new show that's landed in Ngā Motu, as I mentioned. It is coming here on Friday, the 6th of October, and it's called Girl in the Savage World. I love that title. It's a part of a bigger project called the Reimagine Festival, that opens doors to unexpected spaces in museums, churches, laneways, with shows and events for all ages. Kia ora e te tuahine nau mai ki te ata hihiko.
Tēnā rawa te koe hua.
Kia ora. Oh, you're so pretty.
Thank you.
Love the hair. I just love everything that's going on this morning. Wakamarama mai kia mātou, ko wai koe, nohea koe, me e rātu momo.
E ngā kūrauranga tira, kia ora mai rā tātou. Ai, he uri tēnei no roto mai o Waikato Tainui, no te puaha o Waikato. Ko taupiri te maunga, ko Waikato te awa, ko Waikato te iwi, ko te whiwhiru o te tangata, ko Ngāti Sipa, ko Ngāti Amaru ngō Kuhapū, ko Tauranga Nui, ko Ōrairoa, ko Teko Teitanga ngō Marae, ko Kukutai ko Karaka ngō Kuwhāna, ko Te Āhau, tēnā tātou.
Beautiful. What a mihi. You know, with Māori, we're often from many different places, so it's hard to pinpoint and say, oh, okay, I might be a Waikato today, might be a Ngāpuhi tomorrow, and just beautiful to hear your wakapapa e te piriniha. Basically, talk to us about your journey. Where did it all start for you in the music industry, and where has that led to?
I got signed to a major label, and then I was with them for 2 records, and then I decided that I wanted to leave because I just wanted to be able to be completely unfiltered and you know, release more really political leaning songs, quite feminist songs, if you will, you know, sort of e takahi ana I te patriarchy and things like that. And that was like the coolest thing that I've, you know, done, being able to just be an independent artist. Not that it's easy, it's very difficult because, of course, you don't have a big machine, if you will, funding everything, you know, you have to work aonua pōnua. But it's so cool. It allows for immense creative freedom. And yeah, so it pretty much just went from there, and been very, very blessed to have just came back a couple of days ago from America, was playing Pride over there. And so that was very, very special. And then also because I have 2 projects, I've got Theia, which, like you said, is, you know, my more like alt pop, or I like to say like riot pop, you know, project. You know, and then that's what I was performing, you know, at various really cool Pride events and club shows, and then Te Kaahu, which is my kaupapa waiata reo Māori, my Māori language project, and, you know, I roto I te mita o Waikato Tainui, Ngāti Sipa, in my dialect of Ngāti Sipa and Waikato Tainui back home. That's all really quite like nostalgic sounding, more gentle, waiata, completely in reo Māori, karakau he paku kupu Pākehā I roto. So they both occupy different spaces, but they're both very important, you know. Theia is about, I suppose, uplifting my, wahine, rangatahi, te hapuri takatapui, all around the world, wherever I can, possibly reach. And then te kahu originally was more like my way of being able to give permanence to, some of the whakapapa and various mātauranga that, my nannies had passed down to me, and being able to allow that to be available for, my siblings who are still reconnecting, and yeah, just as more like a resource for whānau hapu and iwi. But then it grew to be, a lot bigger than that, where we were able to go over to Canada and perform at some really lovely, amazing, well-established folk festivals over there. And so yeah, it's a great time. And now I'm back home and looking forward to taking this tour, which is like Girl in a Savage World, like you said. It's really a combination of ngenei kaupapa e rua. But I'm wanting to, in this show, bring them together and strip it, all my really like outrageous production that's quite like, clubby and stuff, strip that back down just to, the old, guitars and just singing, so that people can really appreciate the lyricism just as they do in te kahu. So that's really the reason for this tour. Yeah.
With the Girl in the Savage World, it's based on, you mentioned about te kahu, and just from what I was reading, there's some significance around your kuia and the kahu, and how that symbol really brought out a lot of this, these waiata and this kaupapa for you. Talk to us about the significance of te kahu.
Sure. Well, I te tuatahi a tēnā koe whai ngā mihi matakui mai, kia ora. Yeah, so, well, te kahu, I began this project in the midst of COVID in 2020, and I've always been composing, i taku reo rangatira, but I hadn't released many of the compositions or anything. I was just waiting until I was kind of ready, and especially as I wanted to be able to write some waiata dedicated to my kui, my darling grandmother, Rangirara Kukutai Karaka, who passed away in 2016, and she was like the main, kind of guiding force, Miki, in my life, and also was the one that, was even more than like my literal direct whānau, was encouraging me in my musical journey, and when I would be doing studio sessions, everything like that. She was just amazing, and I really do credit her as well to kind of growing me from being extremely like whakamā to being stronger and more confident, because it was her who would always encourage me to sing, well, aki very strongly, ia hau kia tū, and kia tukunātu i ngā waiata tautoko and those things. So yes, anyhow, when I came to wanting to create this project and create a kaupapa that really honoured her and my other tupuna wahine, such as her mother, Nani Mite Te Aho Karaka Kukutai, I was thinking about our maru rangatira, the kahu, and the kahu, or the hawk, is extremely symbolic to us in Waikato Tainui, as it's a maru rangatira. Of course, there's each kai tēnā iwi, tō rātau ake manu rangatira me ki. Each iwi has birds that, have those spiritual powers and are really symbolic. And so for us in Waikato Tainui, it's the kahu, the hawk. And after my kui passed away, I'd go back home with her, or I just go back home by myself prior to her passing, and I'd always see kahu, but it was not until after she passed away that I just saw so many like remarkable amounts of kahu, and such special moments where it's very rare to see them sort of at rest and like really just looking at you
Perching.
and things like that. Yeah, perching. Normally they're, you know, always soaring and things like that. And there were just some really remarkable moments that I experienced where I was like, wow, okay, that's definitely, you know, Kui. She's, you know, kua hoki mai aia, he kaitiaki moku. And so I decided to name the project the Kahu Rangi, and of course both meaning hawk of the heavens, but also you know, my kui Rangi Rara's name is, you know, meaning beyond the heavens. So it's both Rangi's hawk and hawk of the heavens. And so certainly within the album, there's a lot of symbolism to do with, you know, the kahu and their chiefly properties. You know, they symbolize our chiefs because they're like very keen-eyed and very sharp, very incredible in battle, but also can, you know, soar between the two worlds, between the physical world and the spiritual world. So yeah, there's a lot of beautiful metaphors throughout the record, and that honor my kui, and so yeah.
That is amazing. It really is. And like you said, he momo aki a koe ki te waka tipu I o pukinga. So yeah, and for many Māori, symbolism comes in many different forms. So when you see the signs, you got no choice but to get, otherwise you might get a boot. So yeah, what a beautiful story. And I guess for many artists, they can relate to that type of kōrero because it comes in many different forms. So that is truly amazing, sis, and thank you very much for sharing that. The show that's coming up on Friday, the 6th of October, e whama, if you haven't got yourself tickets to go see it yet, it is coming up very shortly, so make sure you get yourself in with a ticket. They are $40, cheap as, and we have also got a special double pass to give away, which I'll tell you more details about at the end of this interview. But for the show that's coming up on Friday, sis, talk to us about what you want the audience to take away from A Girl in a Savage World.
Well, I hope that you know, you're able to come along, and you know, the past couple of years have been quite full of taumahanga, you know, quite difficult, I suppose, just for everyone in general. And so I hope you can come along and have, you know, a wā whakanga, like a beautiful, relaxing time. The music is extremely calming, and quite nostalgic, and full of really encouraging messages, you know. And the way that I've designed the show is that, of course, both projects are being brought together, and I've kind of arranged them with like the themes as well. So to show, like, you know, one waiata from Theia and then one waiata from Te Kaahu, and both of these waiata talk about this, for example. And then like just as an example, so I have a waiata called E Hine from the Te Kahu Rangi album, and it's like a you know, love song for wahine moi wahine, and so lesbians, women who love women. And then I also have a waiata called Girls, which is, you know, in my project Theia, and it's more like alt poppy, you know, and obviously is about, you know, love of woman and love of, you know, just, yeah, girls and everything, you know, feminine. And so putting those together and playing them one after the other so that you can see, oh yeah, like there's similar, you know, themes here, even though one's like a bit more, you know, poppy and grungy. When you strip them back, it's beautiful. And then some of my other waiata in Te Kahu are, you know, more waiata like waikato and taupiri, which speak of, you know, whakapapa and wahi tapu kia māta or waikato tainui. And so pairing those ones with some of my waiata, such as Rome, which is, you know, the key lyric is everywhere I roam is home. So it's kind of about ahakua, you know, it's in English. It's still about that kind of same theme of knowing where you're from and knowing your tūranga waiwai and having confidence in that and allowing your knowledge of your whakapapa and your ancestry to guide you forward. So yeah, pretty much I hope that anyone who comes, if you have the time and the resources to come, then come along, and I look forward to, you know, just telling some stories and sharing beautiful calming music with you to hopefully let you go into the rest of this year in a nice calm way, being reminded of how beautiful our reo is, you know, our reo rangatira, and our abilities of storytelling as Māori as well. So yeah. Plus, it's going to be really, really cool live band too, you know, live acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass, beautiful harmonies. Everything us Marys love, you know.
Oh, I love that. And I'm actually really looking forward to the show myself. I encourage all the audience tuned in this morning to go ahead and see it, because obviously it sounds like you're going to have a good time. Celebrating us as Māori, celebrating our reo, celebrating our individuality, celebrating the challenges, the history, and our future, because that's obviously the whole package of what Theia is giving us and that vibe you're giving us today. Before we tell people how they can find tickets, how can we find your music?
Oh, well, no matter how you listen to your music, you know, whether you listen on Apple or Spotify or YouTube, you can find it on there. Type in Theia, so that's Theia, or Te Kaahu, which is Te Kaahu. I'm on all of those ones. If you are more like a visual person, then you know, haere kia YouTube, and you can see all the videos. All my Te Kaahu ones, most of them are filmed back home in you know, in Waikato and in Te Puaha Waikato in the port, which is really cute. So have a look there. And then my Theia videos are more of a slap you across the face ones there on YouTube as well. And then if you like to buy your music, then one of my favorite things to push, you know, Pēwi towards is a thing called Bandcamp. And it's like, you know, band and then camp. And it's a really cool way where you can listen to music for free if you want, but you can also just donate and give whatever you want, like $1 to buy a song, and then you've got it, and it's like the highest quality, higher than you hear on any other platforms, because it's the WAV file. So I really love that. And you can also buy merch and vinyls and whatever you want on there.
That's it. And finally, before you take off, sis, where can people get their tickets to go and watch you at the St. Mary's Peace Hall? Where can they grab tickets from?
You can grab tickets from Ticketek. So look up, just Google Ticketek. Alternatively, if you're on your Instagram, then just go to my page, because if you press my the link in my bio of either Theia or Te Kaahu, you can find your tickets there. Or we just made a Te Kaahu website, which is literally tekaahu.com. So you can just go there and you can find the links to the tickets as well. So whatever's best for you, whānau, you just have a, you know, have a tiro and have a little kimi haere, and you'll be
amazing. There you go. You heard it right here on Te Kōremako firsthand. E hoa mā. To get your tickets, definitely do head to Ticketek. And if you are wanting to go into the draw to win a double pass for you and a friend to go and watch the sis Theia on the 6th of October, Friday at the St. Mary's Peace Hall, then all you have to do, wānau mā, is head to the Te Kōremako o Taranaki Facebook. I'll put my pen down because I'm pointing. All you have to do is head to the Te Kōremako o Taranaki Facebook page, like the post. You can comment on the post, tell you what you loved about this particular kōrero that we had, or what you're excited or what you're looking forward to. That's all you have to do. Like the post, and you will go into the draw to win a double pass for you and a friend to go out and enjoy a Friday evening with some great music, some great talent that you are listening to right here on Te Ata Hihiko. E te tuahine, tēnā rawa koe, ki te whaiwā I kia mātou, ki te kōremako nei, ki te kōrero e pāna ki tēnei tūranga ki ngā motu nei, hei te paraere, te tua ono o oke topa, e mihi kau atu ki a koe, me tōku ia. Nāna I aki koe I te kāhu rangi, kia kui rangirara o te rā ki tō wānau, kia Waikato, tēnei rā te mihi, kia koe te tuahine.
Tēnā rawa te koe hua kia uwhia katoa tia ngā manaakitanga o te wāhingaro ki runga ki a koe, o te rā ki runga ki a koutou e whakarongo mai ana. Pai mārere.
Pai mārere.